Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Callie and today I have my April/May book haul. So quarantine has been very nice for my bookshelves because I have a pile's like this high. It's hefty. I have a lot of books to get through. I've ordered a fair amount of books through this quarantine. So I have three kind of piles. I have a book outlet order. I have books that I've pre-ordered, and then I have just other random books that I've bought from Amazon because I needed them. And I did need them, I promise. So I think I'm going to start with the book outlet haul, just because that one has more books that I'm kind of more unfamiliar with, and then go into the ones I pre-ordered and other random-ish orders. So the first book that I got is The Winter's Crime by Marie Rotowski, which is the sequel to The Winter's Curse, and I've heard really good things about this series, so I've been slowly collecting them. I have book 1. I've been keeping my eye out for book 3 in the paperback. Next, I picked up Challenger Deep by Neal Shusterman. I picked this up because we met Neal Shusterman before all this craziness happened, and this was one of the few books of his that I did not have. I believe I have now most of his books. The next book I picked up was Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I picked this up because I am obsessed with Furyborn and that series, and I want all the Claire Legrand books, so I have this. I also have Winterspell that I got a while back that I'm saving for Christmas time, but this is a contemporary horror story from what I've been told, so pretty excited to see her do different genres other than the fantasy I've read. Another Neal Shusterman book, I got Unbound by Neal Shusterman, which this is the novella, I believe, to his Unwind series. I was gonna get this at his event, but there was none left, so I saw this on Book Outlet for $2 and it's mine now. The next book that I picked up is Shadowscale by Rachel Hartman. I picked up Tessa the Road without realizing that it was a spin-off of this series, so I think now I'm just looking for Seraphina. So I saw this one for really cheap, so I picked this one up. So I'll eventually need it, but I'm just buying this entire series out of order, and it's great. Next book I picked up was Girl Gone Viral by Arven Ahmadi. I picked this up because it really looks cool, and it's supposed to be like a mystery like centered around a hacker, which sounded really interesting. Yeah, it's a YA thriller, which I don't typically pick up. I usually pick up adult thrillers, so I'm interested to see what kind of takes and how far this book is willing to go, whereas in like adult thrillers they'll go far. Next book I picked up was A Conspiracy of Stars by Olivia A. Cole. I picked this up because I bought An Anatomy of Beasts, again not realizing that that one was a sequel. Oops. So I picked up, this is the first book, so now I have both of them, and it's great. The next book I picked up, I've actually had in my cart for a while. Do you ever have those books on Book Outlet where like you continually put it in your cart, but when you have to trim down what you're ordering, you always get rid of it? This is a book that I've constantly gotten rid of, but because of the sales that Book Outlet has been having because of the quarantine, I couldn't say no to it. So this is the Summoner's Handbook by Taryn Matharu. This goes along with the Novice series or the Summoner series, either or, and I really enjoyed it. So this is kind of like, think of like the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them book, or like the Quidditch Through the Ages associated with Harry Potter. It's kind of like that, where it gives you just more information about the different spirit animals and the sizes and their power levels, and just more information that just sort of adds to the universe. Next, I picked up Given to the Earth by Mindy McGinnis. This is the sequel to Given to the Sea. And I picked this up because when we went to the Mindy McGinnis, Evelyn Skye, and Elena K. Arnold signing, this was the one Mindy McGinnis book that they didn't have, so I wanted to pick this up because I do have the other one, or I have the first book. Next, I picked up Traitor to the Throne by Alwyn Hamilton. This is the sequel to Rebel of the Sands. I've heard really good things about this series, so I'm slowly picking up the trilogy. So this is book 2. I did have book 3 in my cart, but I'm not sure when I'll be able to get to this series, so I only grabbed book 2. Next, I picked up The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. I've heard really polarized things about this book. It's supposed to be like cheerleaders have been like continually going missing every year, so another YA thriller. I don't know why, that's why I've decided to pick up in this haul, but whatever. And I don't know, it's just, it intrigued me. I don't know why, but it's been on Book Outlet for some time. I just keep looking at it and keep thinking, I should read that. And they keep dying in like really mysterious circumstances, naturally for a thriller, so this should be interesting. Next, I picked up The Queens of Innislear, which is a gender-bent King Lear retelling. So I've never actually read King Lear. I know very little about it, but I don't know, the tagline, 3 daughters, 1 throne, all out war, it gives me 3 Dark Crowns vibes, and I love 3 Dark Crowns. This just seems like it's going to be an adult version of that, so I'm interested. The next book is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I've heard nothing but phenomenal things about this. It's a contemporary book. I have no idea what it's about. I've only heard really good things. And it's got, look, it's got a prize. Like, it's got to be good, right? So that's kind of where my head's at. And I wanted to read it. Next book I picked up was The Lady Rogue by Jen Bennett. And I picked this up because Sarah was talking about it. I don't know if she's read it or not, but she was talking about how it's like a Vlad the Impaler, but a woman story, which sounds super cool and interesting. And the last one in this book outlet haul is The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. This is a YA horror story, and it's supposed to be around this like haunted house and a haunted Argentinian mansion, a family curse, a twist you'll never see coming. Welcome to Vaccaro School. That just sounds super neat. I'm interested to see where the haunted house aspect is going to be. I've never seen a haunted house in a book done well. I tried to read Haunting of Hill House, and I really didn't like it. I DNF'd it. So I'm hoping this will do better. So the next like grouping of books are books that I've bought off of Amazon due to sales or me needing the book. There's only 3 of them. So the first book out of that grouping I picked up was Mermaid Academy by Cameron Drake. This is the sequel to the Mermaid Trials that I never knew existed until last month. I was just sort of perusing and it knew that I bought Mermaid Trials a couple years ago, and it was like, hey look, there's a sequel that came out months ago. Do you want it? And I said yes. So I have the Mermaid Academy. So it's actually really small, so I'm interested to see. I think I have to reread the Mermaid Trials in order to probably fully appreciate this book, but I loved the Mermaid Trials, so I'm excited. So the next book that I ended up getting was Courting Darkness by Robin Lefevers? Not sure. So the only reason I got this is a big book, and I've had my eye on it for a while. It was $3, and this is a hardback. I am a part of a bunch of different groups on Facebook, and some of them will usually they'll update on like Kindle prices for books whenever they go on sale. But someone posted that this like physical copy hardcover was $3, and I was like, yeah, it's mine now. And then it showed up at my door. It was great. And the last one that I bought is The Sky Weaver by Kristen Ciccarelli. This is the 3rd and final book in the Ascari series, which is my new favorite series. I am obsessed with this book and these books. So once I finished The Cage Queen, I immediately bought this book because I just am in love with this plot. I'm in love with the storytelling. And I just need more, and I'm really sad that this is the last one. Last but not least, my pre-order. So all of these actually came out in May, so they're all relatively recent buys for me. So the first, and I'll go in publication order. So the first one I got was Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is the sequel to Aurora Rising, which I am in love with. Also, let's appreciate the Charlie Bowater cover of Cal, who is probably my favorite character, because he's just a broody alien man who Aurora keeps calling Legolas, and he keeps getting confused by it, and it makes me so happy. I've heard nothing but good things, but also horrible things. And not like the book is horrible, but this book is soul-crushing, and I'm scared. So I'm putting off reading this for a little bit, mainly because I do want to reread Aurora Rising and remember more of what happened, because honestly, I remember the big thing that happened at the end, and the banter between Aurora and Cal, because I love them and it's great. And I don't know if I'm ready to find out what happens. The next pre-order that I got came out last Tuesday, which I believe was the 12th, and that is Catherine Howard, The Scandalous Queen by Alison Weir. This is the 5th book in her 6 Tudor Queens series. This one's pretty long considering Catherine Howard lives about 19 years. But I'm really excited for this because we follow Catherine Howard throughout her life, and I think her story is probably one of the saddest. So I'm really excited to get to this book. And the last one, which I actually picked up earlier today that I'm super, super pumped about, is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Susan Collins. This is the prequel to The Hunger Games, and it's about as big as all 3 Hunger Games books. Like, it's big. It is a chunky book. Still kind of hate the cover. It looks a little bit nicer in person. But so this follows the 10th Hunger Games, and President Snow, who is not quite President Snow yet, and his rise to power is what I'm assuming. We know very little about this book, and I'm so ready to dive in and go back into this world and then rewatch all the Hunger Games movies and be happy. That's what I'm expecting out of this. So those are all of the books that I have accumulated in the past 2 months. I mean, the book Out of Hell was 15 books, but other than that, I think I did pretty okay. Didn't do too bad. Probably could have done worse, probably could have done better. I have no self-control, so it's okay. So that's going to be it for today's video, so feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so please stay safe, stay healthy. All of our links will be down below. Feel free to check out any of those, and I will see you guys in our next video. Bye!